This isn't going to be dedicated to Michigan sports exclusively, University of Michigan. But I do want to talk about University of Michigan sports teams, as well as some other Michigan sports teams. We really don't have another fight song in this state that we can talk about other than this one. And I know that there's other colleges that have sports anthems, and I think there's even some pro football. Like the Lions have an anthem. I don't know. I don't think the Tigers really have an anthem that I really care about. Professional sports teams having an anthem, you know. I know they've adopted some other songs over the years as their anthems, but the Vickers is appropriate. It's early as shit, and as much as I like talking about the political shit, as much as I don't like talking about white supremacy, but I'm going to talk about it because it needs to be identified. That's my next post. You know, we're gonna talk about the drill sergeant. You know, they arrested him. We're gonna talk about him brutalizing a young black man in the neighborhood and how black people stuck out and got on code. I mean, we want to talk about black people getting on code. They got on his lawn and they dared him to come outside. They dared him to walk around. And that's what it's gonna take. It's literally gonna take shit like that to happen. That type of retaliation to stop these race soldiers from fucking with black people. And I was proud to see all the people that came out and supported that young man, because that was just intimidation, ethnic intimidation. He wouldn't have did that shit to a white boy. He only did it because he was black. So we gonna talk about that shit. But right now I want to talk about some Michigan sports shit. I'm happy that the basketball team is getting back the players that they're supposed to get back. And the ones who chose to move on, good luck to them. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't need to. The ones who are coming back, we're happy to have them back. The ones who are leaving, we're thankful for their time here and we wish them well. You know, all this transfer portal shit and all this other stuff, I'm not really, I don't really care. I don't really get into. I'm not really worried about that. Michigan sports should be able to get top-notch athletes, have coaches, develop talent, and we win ball games. Juwan Howard's proven he can do that in the first couple of years. We're good. Now, right across the parking lot, Jim Harbaugh, he's basically taken Michigan where we never thought we'd be. Preseason, spring season, whatever. They got Michigan slated as like a 500 team now. A 500 football team. When is the last time you've heard about Michigan being a 500 football team in the spring? What's good with you, whoever that Facebook user is, because I can't see the Facebook comments. I can only see them through the HAPS app. And whoever that is, what's going on? Big Bill, what's happening with you? I don't like the way that the football program has gone since Jim Harbaugh's been here. I've been very vocal about that. Yes, I wanted him to come home. Yes, I wanted him to be the coach. But once he proved that he couldn't take top-notch talent, and win against Michigan State and Ohio State and a bowl game in the same year, hey, I'm good with it. All this talent we're supposed to have coming in, okay. I get it. I don't know exactly if he's going to develop this talent or if they will come and leave, come and transfer, come and graduate, be underperforming. I don't know. But right now, in the spring, ESPN, the sports conglomerate of all sports conglomerates, you've got analysts on there talking about Michigan is a 500 team. When does that happen? And I know they got some haters out there of Jim Harbaugh and of Michigan just in general. But I'm talking about this is just a random cat. 500. They're 500. And you know what? We got to eat that shit. Because look at the product we've put on the field in the last couple of years. As a quarterback, I don't think Jim made the Hall. He's probably not going to make the Hall. But as a quarterback who was really decent as a pro quarterback, more than decent. He was a star in college at the time. How are you not able to develop a quarterback as a quarterback? Good morning to you. How was that possible? You were a quarterback, started as a quarterback, became a head coach, and how can you not develop a quarterback? How can you not teach a quarterback how to be a quarterback if that's what your job was? If I worked at McDonald's and I was on fries for 10 years, I'd be able to develop a fry man, fry woman easily. If that's what I did for 10 years, I'd be the best fry maker out there. I know how to make them hard. I know how to make them light. I don't like re-dipped fries, but I'd probably be able to master that. If we had some extra fries, had to dip them with some new fries, whatever. I'd be able to do anything with a fry. How can Jim Harbaugh not be able to do anything with quarterbacks? I got a problem with that. That's been my biggest issue with him. He can't develop quarterbacks. Now we know that it's coming out that his other coaches haven't been able to develop their talent. That's a problem too. You pay big money to bring these coaches in here, and they're not developing players. What the fuck y'all doing over there at Main Stadium? Over on State Street. What the fuck are you doing? His first staff was probably his most solid staff, and then it went down from there. And we found out DJ Durkin was a jerkin. He lost Wheatley. You know, that's when things started to tail off a little bit, I thought, too. You starting to lose some of the cats that were going to help bring prominence back because they had played at Michigan. Then we had a whole bunch of coaches who hadn't played at Michigan. He lost Madison. When he lost Madison, I was like, oh, fuck. You lose a heritage guy, and then you lose him to fucking Ohio State? How do you let that motherfucker go to Ohio State? Can you put it into a clause? You coach here, you can't coach at Ohio State as your next job. Put that shit in a contract. So what did he do? Just take everything you do up here, down there? Not that it really mattered, because Ohio State already had dogs, but from what everybody says, they don't have any more dogs than we have. They're just developing their dogs. We're not developing our dogs. Our dogs come in as dogs, and they leave out 3-year-older dogs that weren't developed. They're getting developed down in Columbus. So we're slated as a 500 team. And I know everybody's not going to put us there, but we don't really have a choice to be anywhere else. We have a quarterback that's going to come in. He's taking COVID starts. Never had a real start. COVID-related starts. All these other players, unproven. The only guy that I know really anything about at this point is the kid that's from West Bloomfield. I've only seen some of his high school highlights. And, you know, when you see highlights, the motherfucker don't ever get tackled. He's just running away from everybody. I don't think that's going to happen in college. But I heard he's a beast, and he's going to do good things. So I hope. But I hope Jim Harbaugh develops a fucking quarterback, or he needs to leave Ann Arbor after this year. He needs to leave Ann Arbor. I know a lot of these players coming in are going to be new, so they're probably not going to be up to speed until next year. But if Jim Harbaugh can't beat Ohio State, I don't even care about Michigan State anymore. Beat Ohio State. You can't beat Ohio State, I don't need you here, bro. I just don't need you here. Also, listen to the Victor some more. So, yeah, man. everybody's all amped up about the Lions and shit. I don't see where everybody should be all excited about the Lions. I mean, we're talking at 11-5, 10-6 shit, making the playoffs, winning a playoff game. We got a quarterback who really doesn't want to be here, and I really don't want him here. I don't think Jared Goff is going to give us any more than Matthew Stafford gave us. So I don't really want him here. Think about drafting a quarterback, but who knows? They're going to come out of this draft, I think, really stupid because they think they've done some things in free agency. They think Goff is the guy. I think they're just about to fuck up this draft. They really are. You know. Yeah. Goff can talk all that shit he wants to now. He did not want to come to Detroit. Who would want to come to Detroit? And you know, quarterbacks have a fraternity. They talk. Stafford's been talking about how he wanted to get out of Detroit. So why would somebody want to come here? It's crazy shit. So now we got Goff, who I just don't know who would really want him. But we got him. And then new coach, people are up on him. And I think he's excited. I think he's excited about being a head coach. And I want him to be excited. He should be excited about getting that head coaching job. Why would he come out of the car last, let that woman and that child run across that street like that? I mean, it's just a little parking lot, but I don't know. He don't look happy to be here. So crazy. The kid looks excited, the mother looks excited, and the guy gets out of the thing like he ready to just do something wrong with both of them. Excuse me. Have to get my coffee. Yeah, I think Dan Campbell is excited about being the head coach, but he doesn't have a whole lot to be excited about. And I know other people know way more than me as far as roster positions and things like that. But when I look at the Detroit Lions, I don't think they've made any significant moves. You know, I think the running back position is still shoddy. I mean, we got 78-year-old Adrian Peterson here. This kid Swift, it's not too swift to me. But everybody knows more than I do because I don't watch the shit as much. I'm giving more of an opinion based off of, just what I've seen over the last several years. I don't watch every game. I don't get all the stats up. No, I'm not into that shit. Not anymore. Used to be, but I'm not anymore. So for the Hap family, they're like, you used to be yelling, talking about politics. I'm just talking about some sports shit because I've been up virtually all night. I think I got like 2 hours of sleep. So I'm heading home. Hello from Japan. Really? I appreciate you. I appreciate you from Japan. I don't know if I've ever had anybody actually check in from Japan, but I appreciate that. I'm talking about sports. Good morning, Japan. Or if it's afternoon, I'm not sure exactly where you're at in the day on your clock. But I'm talking about sports this morning. I generally don't talk about sports. I generally talk about politics, and I talk about bigotry, racism, white supremacy, politics, and reparations. I talk about Japanese people a lot. I talk about things that you've gone through, whether it be in America or whatever. I talk about the plight, and but right now I'm just literally passing some time because I know I'm about to pull up to this window, and I don't want to be talking right in the middle of something. But yeah, this morning we're talking about sports. Just because I'm going the opposite direction. I'm usually going workshop. I'm going shop. I'm going workshop, home, where I usually go home to workshop. And see, this guy right here, not going to talk about politics, but this guy right here does not have a license plate in his window. Should cops pull him over and put a gun in his face? I don't think so. I don't think so because it's probably a good reason. It's a new vehicle. I can see it's a new vehicle. He doesn't have a plate in his car. He could have had a temporary plate and the plate could have like came down. Still wonder why they stopped that particular car that night. I think they just knew that they had something that they could intimidate and brutalize. Slide up just a little bit more. Ian, can I get a hot venti mocha, non-dairy? How you doing? I am well. I am well. That is it. No. Yeah, and no whip. Yeah, yeah. I think that's it. You get the extra shot too, right? Okay. I appreciate you for remembering. Thank you. So even though I'm just at the glass, I know a couple people asked me before, and I did not respond. I put my mask up even at the drive-through camera thing menu because they say the shit can linger in the air. So if that car has Rona and I'm at the window, the Rona could fall on me. So I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true. I'm not, really into the science of this shit. So I'm just better safe than sorry. Let me cover my mouth and my nose if that's what I've got to do as my preventative. I'm not going to be like an asshole about that. So I appreciate anybody checking in directly from the Haps app. I appreciate anybody checking in from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, anybody. I appreciate that. If you're up this early, and like I said, I don't know exactly, you got your shots yet? No, I have not. And when I do, I'm not going to advertise it. I'm not going to advertise it. I'm not going to roll my sleeve up and do it for the cameras. Or you used to say, do it for the vine. No, I'm not going to do it for the vein. No, thank you. I think somebody being vaccinated is a very personal thing. I don't think that needs to be known by anybody. You have yours? You got your shots yet? I don't even know who you are. You're a Facebook user on here. So let me see if I can actually look it up while I'm waiting to see who the people who have said good morning. I know who Japan is. Well, I don't know who Japan is, but I know who Japan is. Let's see. Oh, that was Mike Avery. Okay, what's going on, bro? Lax. Oh no. I thought we talked about that, Lax. Maybe we didn't. Actually, yeah, I saw the missus. She got her second one on there yesterday, I believe. Yeah, we're following protocol. We got to protect ourselves. I get it. I understand. What I don't like is the possible promise of having to do it on a regular basis. Or they're coming out slightly with some education that maybe it doesn't prevent you from getting it. It just prevents the severity of it. They need to bring all that stuff out. I like product knowledge. I like to know what I've got going as far as product knowledge. And that's where I think they've done a poor job of educating the public on all of this stuff. And then when things are brought out, it's like, oh, they've been hiding that. Like, no, I don't think they're hiding it. I just don't think they're doing a really good job of marketing the shot. I just don't. Hey, Ray. Ray, you hungry? I don't know if you're still here. But How'd you come through there? Okay, so that's Grady. Yeah, so I'm looking at both things right now, so I can see how it works out. Yeah, I just think the strategy has been bad on that. But yeah, I want to definitely finish talking about Michigan sports. So I pretty much said all I could say about the Lions. I think the Lions are going to be what they're going to be, mediocre again. I don't think they're going to do anything significant to overcome being a mediocre football team after losing their, 10, 11 years starter. They've lost other players. They've given away players that have gone on and they're in Pro Bowls. They've been doing that for years. So, speaking of giving away players, let me go right to the Pistons because I saw something. I don't normally watch Detroit Pistons. I haven't been watching them ever since they just started doing all these roster fluctuations. And hell, I don't know the players. When I don't know the players, I can't really connect to the players. So you got players out there that I don't know, and they're playing in front of crowds of placards. I don't get it. So, anyways, I watched them last night. I tried to watch later in the game. I just need to see the finish. I don't need to see all that beginning shit. It wasn't a Michigan game. I wasn't excited about it. I just saw that it was like in its last half hour of broadcast time. So I was like, oh, okay, probably third or fourth quarter. I started watching that game, and I watched the Detroit Pistons play themselves into an L. They played themselves into an L. They were beating the Clippers, the Western Conference Final runner-up. They were playing them and beating them by like 9 points with 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left, something like that. I didn't particularly like him as a player here. I thought he was a good player. I just didn't think he was a good player for us. I didn't think he was our team leader when he was here. Reggie Jackson, who now plays for the Clippers. It never fails. Detroit gets rid of a player. I don't care what sports team it is. Tigers, Lions, Pistons. They get rid of a player, they go somewhere else, they come back and bite them. Every fucking time. Now, chances of Reggie Jackson killing us over Kawhi or Paul George or somebody else that's on that team, slim, right? Nope. Nope. Reggie Jackson put the dagger in the Pistons last night. Literally, game-winning shot. Last seconds. Hold on a second. I got to get my mask on. All right. Coffee compliance. So, yeah, the game is going on beautifully in the fourth quarter. Late in the fourth quarter, they're up by 9. How's it going today? I am well. And that's for you. Please. Please. I just didn't want it to blow up. It looks like it can stay. Yeah, for right now. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Thank you very much, Ian. See, they know my name, and I've learned their names. I cheat and shit and look at the name tag sometimes, but I do remember a few of their names because they are good kids. So, they're winning, beating this team, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're going to pick up a W here. Doesn't mean anything. They're not going to make the playoffs. You know, they're not a good basketball team. But to beat a top-notch squad like that, and I don't even know if Kawhi played last night. You know, a lot of these teams, they take off the Detroit game. I hate that shit. I believe they need to get rid of that. They're going to tank sports doing that load management shit. Players play. I mean, back when these motherfuckers made $500,000 a year, they played every game. Every game, pickup game, at the Rucker, at the Macker. Pro players played them all. Sandy Sanders League, shit. You can get a goddamn NBA player to play Not 82 games anymore. Load management. The fuck is that about? It's like they're driving semi trucks or something. Load management? Really? If he signs up to be a basketball player, isn't he going to be a basketball player here? He's going to control how much he plays here? No. He signed up to play basketball full time here. And I don't know if they're actually doing this. I don't think they can really do it in football. You only play 16 games. Can't see a player say, you know what, I'm going to sit a couple of these out. But 80-something games, these guys are playing 60-something, 70-something now. You rarely see a guy play every single game anymore. Load managing. That's a problem. That's problem one. Problem two is the Detroit Lions suck. And they gave this game away last night so horribly. I mean, I'm talking horribly. They're up by 9 late in the game. And Reggie Jackson was leading the Clipper comeback. The guy that you got rid of, the guy that you were paying $16 million a year to lead your team to nowhere. Throwing alley-oops out of bounds to Andre Drummond. I mean, no established outside shot. Was a good penetrator against 70% of the league. Because he played against some decent teams, you can never get that shit to the rack. I mean, Reggie's a good player. Good guy, good character guy from what I saw. I think the Pistons are more into that now. They want nice guys. They want nice guys. They want good character guys. They don't want players who just are going to come out here and be dogs. They want good character guys. And I guess all teams would want good character guys, but sometimes you already know. When you have a beast, he's not going to be the most controlled, tactful human being. He might just be a fucking dog. And that's in all sports. The star player sometimes is just a totally different beast. You know? It's a totally different beast. But they lost that game, man. He hit a 3, I think, to tie the game. Then he hit the game winner. How do you let that guy beat you? How do you let him? And it's like the Clippers were doing it on purpose, like stepping back, like, go ahead and beat these motherfuckers, dude. They got rid of you. There was other people that shot better than he did that was on the court, and they let him shoot the ball. Horrible. Dwayne Casey is kind of like a Baptist church deacon to me. I don't particularly like him, not because he reminds me of a deacon, but I don't think it's what the Pistons need. The Pistons need some of that Larry Brown energy. They need some of that Chuck Daly energy. They need some of that. Hell, I go back to Scotty Robinson energy. I like animated coaches. I like coaches that can get the players going. And you can still get these guys going. I know they're making $25-30 million a year, but you can still get these guys excited when they start winning. Larry Brown made those guys play. They were all making big money. Except Ben. Ben was on some bullshit contract. Ben got paid when he went to Cleveland and shit. Somehow they made Ben Wallace think he was an offensive threat. And he went to Cleveland and they were like, you can't shoot? You guys didn't see the tape? Yeah. Woo! So, for the half people that are checking in, you don't know, I do smoke hemp when I'm in the car. When I'm in a building, I'll smoke cannabis, but when I'm in the car, I smoke hemp. It's perfectly legal here. Is it legal in Japan? if Japan is still here. Is hemp legal there? I want to know. Just in case I ever go to Japan, I need to know. I don't think I can take it there, so I need it to already be there when I get there. But if it's not legal, Asia is a totally different climate and shit. If it's not legal, it's not legal. So yeah, the bright spot of probably all of this is the Detroit Tigers. Still not a great team. I mean, I haven't talked about one Michigan team that's a great team yet. So, but I do like Akil Badu. I said it opening day. I was looking for him to do great things. I was the first to call it. Nobody else has called it around here. I think I'm actually qualified to do this sports podcast thing. We were talking about it last night. You know, a few guys is kind of getting together on a call. Well, they call a call, we'll be all on panel talking about sports. We're not really going to be just talking about the actual sports. We're going to be talking about the intricacies, the inside shit. Because anybody can talk about scores. Anybody can talk about this, that. No, we want to talk about, like, why is he in a slump? Like, why is he in a slump? Oh, he just heard that his mistress is pregnant. So we want to talk about that shit. We don't want to really talk about, oh, why is he in a slump? Oh, his shot looks off. No. We want to find out what's going on with this guy. Yeah. We want to find out the real shit. And we'll never bring falsehoods. Everything's always got to be fact-based when I'm dealing with it. I hate that shit. I hate that sensationalism. Lies. Fallacies. I hate that shit. Go to Gordon's, and the one Gordon's took the manager from the other Gordon's. And I don't know if it was because somebody quit, got fired, but she's at the one Gordon's, and she used to be at this Gordon's, and this Gordon's is struggling now. That Gordon's over there is doing better because she's over there. She's very efficient, very active as a manager. She's one of those lead by example managers, not like call shit out from her desk. I like that kind of manager. Managers should know how to do every single thing in the store, should know where everything is in the store. I've talked to managers at like Kroger's that don't know where shit's at. How are you a manager and you don't know where everything's at? How is that possible? What are you managing? If you don't know where everything's at, what are you managing? Just the people? So you're an overseer. Now, do all of your people know where everything's at? No. I'll answer that question for you. No. Most of these kids working in these Krogers or young people working in Krogers don't know shit. They know when their break is. You pulling up here for the Pokemon thing, whatever? You got these people pull up for that app shit. Is it Pokemon? Yugimon? I don't know. Pokemon, Yugimon. I used to just have to come out and be like, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't like people just sitting in front of the house. And they would sit like right across the street. I'm like, coming over? What are you doing? And then you find out, oh, they're just here for this app thing. This person stopped and did their thing, got their imprint. Yeah, he's looking at his phone. Now he's out of here. So whatever it is they got to do, they got to be in the zone. And then I have no idea what it is. I'm not even interested in it. I'm more interested in why you're pulling in front of the house. That's what I'm most interested in. fuck out of here. So, Akil Badu is a really good Detroit Tiger. Miguel Cabrera is still playing. So I know those two players. I don't know too many other ones. Fulmer is a pitcher. I saw him pitch yesterday. Pitch well. Akil Badu is killing it, though. He's from Georgia. Really smart player. Plays the game the right way. Balls out. Except he got a little beside himself a couple of days ago, I think it was. He's been smacking him, and he's had a couple home runs, and he thought he hit one out, and the motherfucker didn't go out because he had the home run trot going and shit. But it was cool because he still got a double out of it. He slapped the first base coach's hand and everything. Looked like a home run, but it wasn't. So that was kind of a blooper. That was kind of his first blooper. But shit, you can tell he was more hard on himself than anybody else is ever going to be. They're not going to get down on that guy. He's killing it right now. They don't have anybody else doing what Akil Badu is doing on that team. So yeah, man. Michigan sports, from my perspective, probably not your perspective, might not even agree with me. That don't matter. Make your own video. But Japan, I appreciate you checking in, buddy. I appreciate you checking in. And hopefully I will check in on your cast. I don't know. You speak English? Because if you speak in Japanese, I'm not going to understand you. And I want to know what time it is in Japan at 8 o'clock in America. And are you listening like at 8 o'clock at night? Are you on the other side of the clock? Is it already the next day? I'm weird about stuff like that. I always want to know. So, yeah. Any other countries that check in? I think I got to dig into this app, start trying to figure out how to do all the setups and donate, be patrons of other people. Just haven't had the time. Got to get past this date. Once I get past this date, we'll be good. The date is 420. You got to get past this date. It's always hectic around 420. So once I get past 420, I'll be able to relax a little bit. Till then, it's kind of an erratic life that I lead. You guys be good today. I don't know how many people are actually looking on YouTube or any of the other places. But what I want to do, they're fighting over in the Anna politics space. Oh boy. Okay. So you guys be good. I'm gonna go have some breakfast. And start all over again. One love. What's Scott mad about? He had an angry face on the video. Now I gotta hit him up, see what the fucking angry face is about.